Alright, welcome back to season 3 of our show. And today, it's burgers. Pot burgers. We're showing you how to get these fried up in a pot. So right here we have 5 pounds of chopped meat. I got a pot over here. This is what we're frying these in. Now most people have never fried burgers in a pot before, and until you've done it, it's so easy and the burgers come out completely even. If you're worried about them not coming out well or about the time, this is how to get it done and it doesn't make a mess. So we're going to take our burgers. We got some salt. Going to go in with just a little bit of that. This is kosher salt. Now I'm only using just a little bit just to season the inside of the burger. That's it. I got some oregano, dry, and I'm going to use a decent amount of the oregano. Just dump it all in. I got some black pepper, just a little bit. Not much, because we're going to go on the outside with some more. And then we're going to start to mix this up. Now you can do this a few hours before, but I used to do this back in the days. I worked a lot, and it's just a really fast go-to recipe if you want burgers done with no mess. And in my younger years, before I owned a home, I had a little apartment, and I used to make this up in my apartment, and I had a hot plate, and I used to put the pot on the hot plate and do this inside the pot, and to this day I still use a pot. So I like my cast irons, but sometimes they get a little bit messy, and this is why we use the pot. So we're going to take these and just make them up, just make up our burgers. I'm just going to put them off to the side here like that, just so I can kind of judge out the size of them and compare them to the other burger. So I always know that they're the same size. If not, just put them on a tray, like this one we have here. Just put them right here, and then you'll know what size they are. So if you don't have a tray handy, just put them right on the side. Or if you're not good at eyeballing them out from a distance, you can just put them on the side like that. Me, I got a pretty good eye, so I'm just going to park the rest of them on the side like this. So don't pack them out, don't get them tight. And just add on if you need it, just like that. So I'm taking my hand and I'm just making a ball in my hand, but I'm not pushing them down. So don't pack them down, because you're going to be stuck with a tight burger and it's just not going to be good. It's going to be dried out, and it's going to be tough. So don't do that. All right, I'm going to get these made up and we'll meet you right back here, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, so our burgers are made. First thing we're going to show you, we're just going to show you this pot. This is an aluminum pot, very cheap aluminum pot. Might even cost maybe $25. It's called a Musa, and you see these a lot in Walmart. So I've had this one for years, and the nice part is if you leave them outside, sometimes I'll put these on my barbecue grill and just use the bottom, not the top. The tops don't go in the oven, so never put these in the oven because they're not oven safe. And I love them because they're just light, and everything cleans up beautifully off the bottom of these, so it's a great pot to cook in the aluminum pots, and that's what we're frying up these burgers in. So let's get them seasoned. Now we seasoned them before with just a little bit of salt, so we're going to go again with just a little bit more salt right over the top and judge it out, make it yours. If you don't want that much salt, don't put it on. I got black pepper. I'm going to go on with that. Now this is 73% lean meat. It's chuck. And I just don't like lean meat because I feel the flavor's not there, and I like that fat in there. So we're going in with that black pepper. And here's a rub. It's called a burger rub that I use. Got some garlic powder, onion powder, a little cayenne in here, a little bit of cumin, and just make it yours again with the rubs. There's no salt in this rub, so I'm going kind of hard on it. And we'll just turn them over and the same thing. Now afterwards, you're going to put these in the fridge just to get them firmed up again. And you don't want to cook these at room temperature, because sometimes when you put them in at room temperature, the heat we're cooking these with today, they're going to fall apart. Just because we didn't pack them. So what will happen if you pack them really tight, they won't fall apart. You can cook them immediately, but they're going to turn into hockey pucks on you. So you don't want to do that either, because you'll be basically eating a hockey puck burger. That ain't good. All right, let's get a little salt on that side. This is Diamond kosher salt. In case you guys want to know, if you use Diamond kosher salt, it's got almost half the amount of sodium in it than most other salts. It's very expensive. You'll pay about $9 for a 3-pound box, but the sodium levels aren't in there and the flavor is. It's what I grew up on. So we're going to take these and just turn them on the side like that and just pick up whatever's left over on the tray, just to season the sides. All right, we're going to season these up, get them in the fridge, and we're going to meet you right back here to show you the next step. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, our hamburgers are in the fridge and they're chilling out, getting firm. We're just going to show you how to make some bacon. So right here I have a cured ham. This is already cooked and cured, just like bacon would be. The only difference is it's ham. And we're just going to start slicing thin slices of this. So I'm going to turn it this way, get a good slice on it. This mark is where the grill mark was that's sitting on the rack, and you can see all that there. So this is cured with curing salt. Then it's smoked, cold smoked, at a very low temperature, usually around 80 degrees or under. And then it's cooked very slowly up to 160 degrees. And that's how you make ham and bacon. So we're going to make those slices about even. And if you use a slicing knife like I'm using, it'll guide you against the entire roast. So if you look at it, it's longer than the piece of meat itself. If it was shorter, the knife could slip off. But we're just going to use this as a guide. So go in, first couple of pieces like that, and you can just make it thinner, as thin as you want. See how thin that is? But we're going a little bit thicker because we're making bacon out of this. So we're just going to go about there. You don't want to go too thick with it, because it's not going to come out like bacon. So that's about how thin you want it. Just like that. All right, we're going to get slicing at this, and then we're going to show you what to do with it from here, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, so we got our ham in the pan, and we're just frying some down. And while we're doing that, I just want to show you this salt. So this is the Diamond Crystal Kosher salt that we were talking about, and you can read the back of here, 280 milligrams per quarter teaspoon. Now all the rest of them are like almost 500. And the flavor is there, so you don't miss anything on the flavor. So this is a good way to go if you're worried about sodium. So this is our ham. I'm just going to take a look at it. You can see it frying up. Now this shrinks down in the pan. It shrinks just like bacon. The only difference is with bacon you have all that fat and it shrinks down to nothing. With this, you still have a lot of the ham left over. So you can see it turning really nice, and it gets real crispy. And you can see the color on that. So we're just going to turn it over and just get it as crispy as you like. I like mine a little dark, so we'll meet you back here when we fry all this up to show you the next step, so don't go anywhere. All right, our bacon is out of the pan, and what I'm doing is deglazing some onions. I threw some onions in just to get up those bits, and I'm just deglazing that pan to get some nice caramelized onions out of there. But look at that. Beautiful bacon. Can't go wrong with that. Give that a shot. Outstanding. All right, we're gonna meet you back here after we cook these onions. Get our burgers going. Stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, so we got our tallow going here. I heated that up, and you want to get it to the point where it's just started to smoke the tallow. So that's what's in there, and I'm going to just show you the amount of tallow I put in here. It melted, but that's about the amount you want in there. And just as you see a little bit of smoke, you want to start getting them in. So I'm using a spatula to get them in. And you can take your time getting them in. I got the stove on like a number 8. I guess it goes up to 10, the inside electric stove. And this is a 12-inch pan. Not a pan, a pot, actually. That's giving us some good room. Now you want to put the middle one in last, because you want these to cook a little bit and shrink. And hopefully I have enough room. And I made them just right to get that middle one in. So here we go. Alright, I'm gonna have to make a little room there. You slide over and you move over and get your brother in there. Alright, here we go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fry these. We're gonna let them go about 3 minutes aside. Turn them over, and then right when you think they're done, put the lid on them and put them on low. That's gonna bring them to an inside cook. That's gonna bring them to an internal cook of probably about 150, and that's what you want. You want that internal cook about 130 to 150, depending on how you like them. Today, I think I'm gonna go a little bit well done with these, just to show you guys how well done you can get them with the lid on. That's about it. So we're gonna get these going, flip them over, meet you back here when we're turning them and putting the lid on. So stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, these are the utensils you want to flip these with. I got basically 2 spatulas, so we're just gonna go over with them. I'm using a fish spatula so I can get the sides very easy. So I'm just gonna take them. These right here, I'm just gonna roll over and get them over. Just roll one into the other and get it over. Look at that, beautiful. Being careful not to touch the others. So we'll get that over. Slide him over, and we'll just get him over. Just like that. And the middle one we put in last, so you're going to touch that one last, so it's got a good crisp, crunchy part on it. And you don't want to disturb it early, otherwise it's going to fall apart. So let's get that guy over. And take the back of my spatula and get that over. All right. Now that we got these, I'm going to jack the heat up a little bit just to make up for some temperature time. As you can see it cooling down. And we're going to let this go for about 4 minutes, and then we're going to drop the lid on, and we'll show you when we do that. So stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, so we're just about ready to flip these. Now, this is why I do this in a pot. Look how clean this is. Now, you guys have fried in frying pans before. You know how dirty this can get with just one hamburger in here, let alone 6 of them in here. So this is why I use a pot, because all that popping and grease, I mean, I wipe the stove like 1 time and it's immaculate. And I'm frying 6 burgers in here and they're gonna come out perfect. So this is the time that you wanna go get your cheese and get everything ready to put in here, because it's basically 1 pot shopping right now, or 1 pot cooking. And this is why I also use aluminum pan, because look how light that is. You can just move it back and forth. I mean, this pan probably weighs about 3 pounds, if that. And I just love it. Be very careful with this pan also, because it doesn't have any safety handles that are cool to the touch. So if you touch this aluminum pot, it will burn you. So be careful with that as well. That's about it. I'm going to meet you back here when we put this lid on and get our cheese on them. And that's it. Don't go anywhere. All right, this is the last flip So we're going to flip these over. Just like that. And look, my stove remains clean. One more flip. I dropped this stove down on low. So at this point, let's get our cheese on. Make sure you got the room. I pre-made these guys. So this way I will have the room. Just slide them over. And make sure you got the room for that cheese. I'm not going to do all of these, but I'll do some of them. Now they're still not cooked in the middle. So now I'm going to put it on very low. I'm going to put my lid on. Just like that. It's on super low. In about a minute, I'm going to slide it off the heat and then turn the heat off. This way it's got no heat under it. They'll be cooked from the inside out. That's what the lid does now. So now you got the lid on, but look how immaculate all this is from frying and doing hamburgers in the house. It's one thing that always drove me nuts with hamburgers splashing all over the place and splashing grease. You'll never get it like this. So it's always a good thing to do is if you're frying inside, go right into a pot with them, which most people don't do. They're using a skillet or frying pan, and this is it. You see it firsthand. I'll meet you right back here. Don't go anywhere. All right, here we are, season 3's chopping block pot burgers. Let's show you what we got. Look at those guys. And you can still see the steam coming off of there. That's how you want those. So we're just gonna get into these. I'm gonna take one out the middle here. And look at all that grease that released in these guys. So we're gonna leave that right in the pot and get one of these onto the chopping block. Now let's cut this open just to show you what this looks like. And look how juicy that is. Look at that. Just want to show you how this, look at that. There's nothing but juice. And that's how you want that. So we're going to put this one back. Actually, let's get a Pitmaster taste off this. Just got to break a little corner off of there. My doggies are waiting for this one. Outstanding. You guys got to try them this way. So not only does it help with a messy cleanup, but it also makes for one of the juiciest burgers you're ever going to taste. So now you just learned something new today, to fry your hamburgers in a pot. So let's plate up a cheeseburger. Show you what this looks like on a bun. So I'm going to get my nice cheeseburger over here. Now all of these are done the same. They're all done at the same time. So they went in, the pot cooked even, and that's what you want. So we made some nice caramelized onions over here. So we took that nice bacon ham. And when we took the bacon ham out, we made some nice onions to go on here. So let's just get those on here. If you don't want onions, you don't have to have them. But we're just putting this burger together. So this one happens to have onions on it. And we're going to put some beautiful bacon on here as well. And let's find a beautiful piece of bacon to park on top of here. And I think we're going to park this nice big piece right on top of here. Just like that. Right on top of those onions. I'm just going to clean this plate up just a tad. Take some of those onions off of there. Let's get those out of there. And we're just gonna clean the plate. Presentation is everything, my friends, because we eat with our eyes, right? So we want to have a nice looking clean plate. So don't forget to clean your plates. All right, so now we got that and our plates cleaned up. Now we're gonna put a little ketchup on top of that bun. Let's just get a little ketchup on top of there. Just like that. And I think that's it. I think I'm gonna top it. There we go. We're gonna put a little onion on the side. Hit this with a little greenery. Gotta have some greenery. A couple of olives on there. And never go wrong with a couple of tomatoes right in the mix in there. And now we got a little salad to go along with that. And that's it. And there's your plate. Beautiful pot burgers. All right, we're gonna get organized and I'm gonna meet you right back here. So stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, and there it is. Pot fried burgers. Got some cheeseburgers there too. Some beautiful bacon ham on the side. Little salad, caramelized onions, and served on a brioche bun. Can't go wrong with that one. And if you like this video or more videos about to come, don't forget to give a like. Hit that bell, this way you guys get all those notifications first. Thank you, we enjoyed having you. Until the next time, get that little Pitmaster taste there.